Why do we use the word quantum in our group name, Quantum Novus? Because we want to go ahead, Dad. Okay, part of it, you're right. So the quantum, in fact, actually, we're using a lot of quantum today. Okay, we want you to learn Buddhism from the scientific standpoint. In science today, if you want to tell yourself that you are a scientist, you are educated, you're gonna talk from the level of quantum physics. So we want you to learn about Buddhism from the quantum physics standpoint, not because I say so, not because Buddha says so, not because your father or mother says so, because you really understand the concept of Buddhism from the science standpoint, right? That's why our goal of learning Buddhism is from the science standpoint to the quantum level. That's why we call ourselves Quantum Novus. So now, the back of our Quantum Novus logo or our Quantum Novus shirt, you will see this, DRUSA, stand for Don't React, Use Self-Awareness. Why is that important? Why is that important?
So you don't like have negative thoughts or you go crazy.
Okay. So in life, anything and everything you do, okay, 99% of the time you do it by reacting to a situation or reacting to a stimulus. Okay. Suddenly, if I yell at you, okay, there are a few possibilities. You could be scared, you could be angry, right? Now, whether you become scared or angry, that's a reaction. So we're going to discuss today about why this is very important for our life. Okay, people react always. Raise your hand if you say, you know what, I don't react at all. Or raise your hand if you say, I don't react 50% of the time, I react only 50%.
Sometimes.
What's the one thing recently happened, very famous, all over the world go, wow, what happened?
Reaction.
How many of you watched this? Okay. All right. I need 2 of you to volunteer and react that same here. Come on. So yeah, you can't. So all right, William, come here. All right, 2 of you come. All right, okay. Okay, all right. So what I want you to think is, what happened? William, what happened to you? Okay, why?
Because I don't know exactly what he said, but he said something offensive about Will Smith's wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody want to chime in? What exactly happened, Yeti?
Okay, so basically, so Christmas is like making jokes like everyone is talking. And he like said something about Wilson's wife, her name's Jada. Jada's wife's condition. I don't know what it's called. But it like causes her to lose hair or something like that. And basically at the start, Wilson is laughing because he thinks it's funny. But then he sees Jada really bad. So then he's like, oh, okay, my wife's mad at me. This ain't good. So then he walks up to the guy, stops him, then walks back. And then like, don't, yeah.
So if you're talking, what's that medical condition called?
Cancer.
Nope.
Blood cancer.
She lost all her hair, right? So called alopecia, right? She has, you said that? Okay. Called alopecia. And she has a rheumatologic condition where related to your immunity, sometimes affect your joints, sometimes it might not, but a lot of time it affects your joints. But in her situation, her immune system is attacking her own cells, especially the hair, her scalp. So she had to shave her head, right? So when you analyze the situation, right, what happened? Whose fault is this? Jada's fault?
No, it is though. Like, why they thought it was being so Will Smith thought it was funny.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Who agree with Yeti? Yeti thinks that that's the wife's fault. Well, let's not talk about the past. Let's look at that certain moment, right? So Yeti thinks that that's the wife's fault. Who else? Okay, raise your hand. How many of you think it is the Will Smith fault? No? Okay. Wow, that's amazing.
I think Chris.
So how many of you think it is Chris' fault?
If you never make the joke, it was never. If you never make the joke.
Okay. All right.
Which one?
Oh, this is both of these guys are famous guys. All right, both of these guys are in different movies, but he is one of the lead character in a lot of action movies. Okay, his name is called Will Smith, and this guy is basically his. Yeah, go ahead. Very good, very good. So now for the Oscar, what is his role? He has to make jokes so that people are engaged, people are entertained and engaged. So he has to make jokes. If not, it's so boring, right? You come up here, okay, the first Oscar winner for this is this, come up and take the prize. It'll be so boring, isn't it? Right? So his job is to talk so many different things and make sure that all the audience is engaged and entertained, right? So, well, let's look at it because some of you actually didn't see that.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? I could, oh, okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
Imagine. Now, put yourself in Will Smith's position, and also put yourself in. Who do you think you would rather be if you were to pick one? Would you rather be Will Smith? Or would you rather be Chris Rock?
I would love to be slapped by both of them. No, I would love to. I would love that.
All right, so let's look at it. Let's look at it from the don't react, our mantra standpoint, right? So our mantra is don't react, use self-awareness. Now, imagine Chris is doing his job, right? Everybody is being entertained. Everybody's joking, laughing, right? Smiling. Suddenly, someone come up and smacked him, right? Whether Will Smith or whoever, doesn't matter. How did he handle it? Did he handle well? Yeah, he handled well, right? Now, put yourself in his shoes. What would you be doing? If someone slapped you on the stage, millions of people watching all over the world, what would you do? Now, forget about on the stage, right? If someone comes slap you right now, would you be happy? No. You will be very, very mad, right? If not, you hit back or you'll be crying, right? So, handle fairly well, right? Now, let's look at Will Smith. Does he have a right to be angry? He does have a right to be angry because someone making fun of his wife, a medical condition, right? If I shave my head for fun and someone make fun of me, I'm fine. But let's say I had to shave my head because I have cancer, I'm going through chemo. Or I have what she has, like rheumatology disease, and I'm losing my hair. No girls want to lose their hair, right? Raise your hand, girls. Will you be happy if you're losing your hair left and right and you have to shave? I will shave your head. So nobody wants to shave their head unnecessarily. Yes, it's a great thing if you want to be a nun and it's a sacred thing that you want to shave your head for that, great, right? If you're shaving your head for a reason because you want to donate your hair for cause of cancer or a cancer kid. But other than that, you need to shave it because you're losing a lot of hair because you're not healthy, you're suffering from a disease. That's bad, right? Now, someone making fun of that from the stage, and again, all over the world, millions of people are the right to be angry, right? But what doesn't he have the right to? He should not be slapped, right? He can go up the stage and say something, right? Hey man, it is not nice for you to say that to my dear wife. She has a medical condition. That's totally fine. But physically, he didn't, just because he says something negative to his wife, it has gone beyond the limit, right? So, but could that happen to you? Could you become a Will Smith at one point? Or maybe it has already happened to you. How many of you feel like something similar already happened to me and I feel bad about it today? If I think about it, raise your hand. I raise my hand. then you're horrible. You're a very horrible person. You should feel bad about it. If you did something wrong, and you gotta acknowledge that you did something wrong, right? So let's say if you kill someone and you never regret, you know what? I love killing that guy. I kill him happily. Something horribly wrong with you, right? You said something and you never regret. Then you're a horrible person. Don't be like that, right? Now, I'm sure it has happened to you before. If you are with me, something already happened. Can you reverse it? No. What can you do though? Apologize. Okay. How many? I want someone to come up here and apologize. Imagine you're with me and you have done something wrong, and just think up some words and apologize.
What do I do? Say,
You're with me. I'm the Chris. You apologize to me.
sorry, Chris, but don't talk about my wife again.
Anybody else want to try? Okay.
Do you want me to do it again? Oh, yeah.
I'm so sorry, Chris, for slapping your face really hard, but do not talk about my wife like that again. Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we all make mistakes, right? In life, you will run into this kind of situation. Suddenly you're so mad, so angry, you just can't control it. You just exploded. It will happen, right? How many of you blot back out to someone? Someone say really bad, something bad to you, you just blot it. Ever happened to you? Yeah. And sometimes you're not even at the end of the sentence, you realize, gosh, what did I said? I'm sorry, I was wrong. Okay, so a lot of time, something like this happens. Let's say you have a friend, very good friend. You know his or her weak point. It's a kind of just thing among friends. It's a secret. But one day, she says something a little mean to you. You got suddenly really angry. And then you use that weak point, just like Chris did to the medical condition of Jada, right? Now, a lot of times, oh my God, what did I say? But you are already almost halfway done, right? So you really need to understand what to do and how to do things, okay? So the
Moments ago, Will Smith apologized for slapping Chris Rock during the Academy Awards last night. Here's what he wrote on Instagram. Violence of all its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, he writes, but a joke about Jada's medical condition, that's his wife, was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I'm embarrassed and my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. He goes on, there is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. That's a reference to the movie for which he won the Oscar. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise glorious journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences condemned Will Smith after he slapped the comedian Chris Rock during the broadcast of the Oscars. In a statement, the Academy wrote, the Academy condemns the actions of Mr. Smith at last night's show and will explore further action and consequences. Will Smith apologized for slapping Chris Rock during the Academy Awards last night. Here's what he wrote on Instagram. Violence of
How many of you really run into situations very similar to that, especially if you're brothers and sisters? Those of you who are single daughter, single son, you probably don't run into that kind of situation. You're lucky. But sometimes if you're single, you may be mean to your mom, and then your dad say, hey, go apologize to your mom. How many times you kind of resist it? A lot of times. A lot of time. And I don't blame you, because if you recall that moment, you're boiling inside. Why do I have to do that? Mom is the one who's mean to me, and daddy is asking me to apologize to mom. No, I'm not going to do that. Right? But of course, it takes a few days. You know what? I was wrong. Then you go back and apologize. Now, even though I don't really expect you to be reversing the situation right away, but as a Buddhist, you want to be a better person. You want to decrease that time frame that you realize you have done something wrong, and you go back and apologize. Okay? It is the best if you never, ever do something negative to your partner, your friend, your mother, your brother, your sister. But I understand things happen. But things happen the moment that you realize you're wrong, go apologize. Don't take time. Right? So number one, he should have apologized right away, because he knew he was wrong. Right? Now, though, look at this letter. Is it a very beautiful letter, or is it a horrible letter?
No, Dad.
Actually, it's a very good letter. Do you think he wrote it? What do you think? Who wrote it for him? His manager or his PR team? Well, Oscar winner, he is apologizing the Oscars, right? So rich people like him, because he's a famous actor, he makes a lot of money, they have their own PR managers from PR team. The PR team chose very beautiful words. And of course, his lawyer will be calling him, look, you're going to get a big lawsuit from Chris. That could be millions. Or the Academy will be suing you. Could be another millions. You better do a good job. So they likely wrote this all together. Of course, he has to say it, but this is well written by someone who is well experienced. If you look at each and every word, okay, of course, it cannot be a long essay. It's gonna be brief, short, precise, but apologizing each and every person. Okay, yeah.
Did Will decide to apologize, or did he decide to?
Well, that I'm not 100% sure, but I do think that he wants to apologize to, because he was never met to begin with till he actually looked at his wife, right? He himself was actually laughing at the joke, right? But when you look at his wife is shaking her head and rolling her eyes, then he just wants to kind of let a show off to his wife too, right? He wants to protect his wife, right? But he went a little too far, right? It is okay to protect your wife or your brother or sister, but it is not okay to physically assault someone, right? So what I want you to understand though is, right? So yes, for him, he probably did it with the help of his PR team or manager or lawyer, but you should do the same thing, right? Sometimes we all are shy and timid, even though we know we did something wrong, but we kind of reluctant to go say, I'm sorry, I apologize, right? But you don't mind doing a little text, hey friend, I'm so sorry I did this to you, right? So if you do that, make sure you kind of copy this kind of words and explanation why this thing happened, okay? So there are a lot of things that we learn from this, right? As a Buddhist, as a quantum novice, you try your best not to react, okay? If something bad happened, you also try your best not to go beyond a certain limit, right? Now, if you have gone beyond certain limit, make sure you decrease that time frame that you go back and apologize and also do a good job, right? If I were him, I'll go back to the stage, okay? I'll hug him and apologize right there. No, you wouldn't do that? Why not? You should do it, okay? Because that way you are apologizing right away, right? So not reaction is very, very, very important in any level, right? This is what we call gross level, okay? Now, going back to this sutta that we discussed last week. Now, situation of Chris is, it's a sudden abrupt situation, right? But if you practice, if you train yourself, it actually, if you break it down into seconds or even milliseconds, it's actually a long time, okay? If you're thinking about slapping that guy, okay, you're gonna replace that with another good thought, meaning you think about, well, they have been in different movies together. They are actually friends, they're good friends, right? Some of you who read about him will know that, right? So you think about good things about him. So you're replacing that thought about, oh, I wanna slap this guy, right? With the positive thought, okay? And if that doesn't work, good to reflect. Well, if I slap him, chances that people will hate me, people will give me negative PR on the social media, they will sue me, all these negative consequences, okay? And you hold your hand not to do it, refrain. And look at find the cause. Why do I want to do that? Is it right for me to go to the stage and hit him, right? And if you have a lot of anger, right, clench your teeth and try to beat it down, right? If that doesn't work, go up there and say something, but don't hit him, right? So that's the applying what we learned last week to this certain situation, because you will be in that situation for sure. I can guarantee you, right? A lot of you are already in that situation, but you will repeat again and again, right? In life, okay, you will be considered smart if you don't repeat the same mistake. You're stupid if you repeat and keep on doing the same mistake again and again, right? So as long as you don't repeat it, then you're smart. So why do we say that is based on this story that you guys read before, right? How many of you remember this story? A lot of you. Nolan, could you read this, please? Oh, come here and read. Okay, read loud.
There once was a young boy with a very bad temper. He was mean to his friends, brother, sister, and neighbors. His mother and father explained to him in many ways to give up his anger and to become kind, but all their attempts failed. Finally, his father thought of an idea. One day, his father gave him a bag of nails. He asked him to hammer one nail into the fence every time he became angry and lost his temper. The boy found this very funny but agreed to do what his father had said. Every time he lost his temper, he went to the fence and hammered a nail. On the first day, he drove 30 nails into the fence. He was really mad. Over the course of the next few weeks, the little boy began to control his temper, so the number of nails that were hammered into the fence dramatically decreased. It wasn't long before the little boy discovered it was easier to hold his temper than to drive those nails into the fence. Gradually, the number of nails hammered to the fence reduced, and the day came when no nail was hammered. He told his father that it had been several days since he had not needed to hammer a nail into the fence. Now his father told him to gradually remove the nails every day. The boy was able to pull out almost all the nails. There remained a few nails that he could not remove. His father appreciated him and asked him, pointing to the holes left in the fence after removing the nails. What do you see here? There, the boy replied, holes in the fence. The father explained, the nails were the bad temper you hammer at people. You have removed the nails, but see the holes left by them in the fence. Your bad temper was like that. They left a scar on the people's mind, and those nails that you could not remove are the scars that will remain permanently on the person's mind. So we should try to control anger. The boy had now understood what his parents were trying to explain to him and promised to be a polite boy. The moral of the story is, let our words be kind and sweet. Deeply cut sarcasm will be marked for whole samsara. Please formulation send come out to negative sarkara.
Thank you, me. So this is a very, very beautiful story, right? So the story is there was a boy who actually is mean to others, including his parents and brothers and sisters. And the parents were telling him not to do that. He does not listen. So one day father said, whenever you're angry, take a bunch of nails and go hammer it on the fence. He thought, wow, funny. My father's a funny guy, right? So, but he agreed to do that. So every time when he is angry, he'd take the nails and hammer it on the fence. So with the time, he become better. It is actually easier for him to control the anger than going to the fence and hammering it. After a while, he can control it really good to a point that he does not need to hammer the nail anymore. Then his father said, go take it out. And what happened? There are certain nails that he can't even take out, right? So what does it mean? What's the lesson here? Certain nails that you can't take out. Okay, that's even more than that. Let's say you said something back to a friend, right? Even if you apologize, they forgive you, but it stays in their heart forever, right? How many of you have certain situation like that? Let's say someone said really negative to you, and they come back and apologize to you, and you forgive that friend, but that negative word always stay with you. You are scarred, right? So that's the nail that you can, yes.
It hurt a lot. Oh, okay. I'm gonna eat all the crackers.
Okay. All right. So good. Thank you for sharing. So there are certain things that just like this, right? Even if you go take the nail out, there are certain nails that you cannot take it out, right? Even though you want to, but it stay in the other's mind lifelong, right? So sometimes just because you're right doesn't mean you have the right to say things. Okay, let's say I'm fat, right? Yes, I acknowledge that I'm fat here, right? If you call me fat, do you think I'll be happy? Not really, right? Are you wrong? No, you're not wrong, but it's just like I don't like it, right? And that image may stay me, oh, that girl called me fat that day. It's not that I'm mad at you, but it just stay in my mind, right? So that's how it is. So some of the no's you'll not be able to pull it out. The no's that you can pull it out stay, what's left behind? The holes, the scar in your heart, in your mind, right? So not reacting is very, very important in our life, right? So this is a very beautiful story. So now we're going to go to a little bit more. Now, how do we practice that, right? You can say, I'm going to practice only when that situation comes. You practice every day, especially when you meditate. When you're meditating, a lot of you either dozing off, scratching, moving your legs still, right? Even today, I was just looking at some of you and you guys were moving, scratching, right? Now, try to control your reactivity. Anything in life, we tend to react, right? You practice when you're meditating. So
Oh, come on, I love this song. No, no, no.
So today, we're going to be doing a challenge we have not tried with the kids before.
What is it?
This is a try not to move challenge.
Oh no! I'm a very active kid. Putting it out there, I'm gonna lose. So let's just get started.
So some of the videos are going to be scary. Some are going to make you want to dance. Some are going to make you want to kind of cringe.
I'm scared.
But the rules are you can't move and you can't close your eyes. Any emotion that you show has to be done more meaning still.
Okay, I can't do this. I wanna hold on to something. Game time. Burgers. Ew, ew. Wipe it, please. Oh my gosh. Burgers. I have burgers. Oh, you poor child. I have burgers. Okay, that's funny. But that was hard not to move. That was nasty. I'm okay with boogers. I'm not really, grossed out by them.
I like to move it, move it.
Oh, come on, I love this song. Move it, move it. I like to move it.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to
Move it.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
I like to move. Oh, dang it, I just moved.
Woman, you're cute, and you don't
Oh my gosh. Work on. I never really liked this movie, so I think I'm okay. I don't have to move.
Is this like the whole song? Why do you have to play it so long? Okay, finally. I was moving my finger. I admit it. I lost. Anything that involves dancing or singing, I'm losing to.
That one was easy.
I don't usually dance.
That was easy. I've watched that before, and I don't really laugh at that. Oh no. Oh, I've watched this. It's scary.
Oh no, is this supposed to be scary? Okay. Oh jeez, that scared me. Jesus. That scared me.
I thought I could make that. I knew it was gonna come. Oh, dang it, I jumped. Oh my God, that freaked me out. The shark just came out of nowhere.
It's gonna break. Prepare for the worst, people.
It's fake. Sydney, it's fake. It's...
Oh, you flinched.
Dang it! Sorry. I got scared. Okay, I lost.
Did you move?
I don't know.
I think
Did
you
I?
moved a little bit.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Grand Slam!
That scared me.
You don't have to, not get scared. It's always okay to, spread your emotions. That one was scary. I watched it already, but either way, it still makes me flinch.
Oh no!
How is he not scared of heights?
Gonna break your neck, mister. Yeah.
This isn't scary.
That's just cool. This guy's being stupid. Really stupid. He's doing stuff where he could die.
No.
I always wanted to do parkour.
Heights scared me a lot, but I had to win.
That was crazy. Why would someone take the risk of dying just for a video?
Oh my God, yeah.
What the heck is that?
Sorry.
Oh no!
Oh!
I watched Dr. Pimple Popper, so I think I'm okay.
These things are so cool.
Oh my God!
I love pimple popping.
We got the mother load coming.
No, I don't like the mother load.
No, just to get worse, honestly, I can't do more.
Why?
This is where it gets bad.
Why?
Oh my goodness. Did I lose? Oh, I moved. That was funny.
That's disgusting. That was nice. I love watching pimple popping. Me and my mother, that's every Friday night. That dude's nip is seriously infective.
It's just a pimple.
It's a pimple.
Oh, it's just a chicken dance.
It got me.
I actually find this song pretty annoying. I'm not gonna do this, I'm fine. Very catchy though, very catchy.
Why are they doing this?
You looked over at me.
It's because it looked like he was doing the chicken dance.
I feel like this could definitely get some people out. But I'm good.
That one was easy. That's one of my songs that I do at school.
Doing the chicken dance. It's just the weirdest dance ever.
How many more are there?
One more.
I'm not gonna make it. No, it's gonna hit him in the face. I know what this is. It's gonna hit the camera. I'm gonna flinch, watch. What did I tell you? The baseball's gonna hit the camera. Knew it. I moved. Oh no. No one wants to experience that. Just no. I think I moved. No. Oh. That was easy. I'm not the one who got hurt. The cameraman was.
That scared me. I don't really move that much. Well, in the car, yes, but when I'm sitting down, I don't move that much.
I had to not breathe because if I breathe, my arms move. I'm very surprised with my outcome. I did pretty good. It was hard. Why do you expect kids to do this? It was hard. It was challenging. It was probably the best challenge yet. Thanks for watching this episode of Kids React. If you want to see more, subscribe. Let us know in the comments.
So that also is reactive, right? So you can practice yourself not to react those kind of things. But what's the real world out there? What do people like? People like scary things. People like dramatic people, right? So let's say you have two friends. One friend is a drama king or drama queen. The other friend is just mellow and don't react much. Who do you usually hang out with more? The drama one. Why? It's fun, right? That's what people think, right? So reality. It's okay for you to like the one who reacts, but you yourself should not be reacting too much. Now, it is different if you're up here on the stage trying to act a play. You have to be very dramatic. But in real life, happen to your life, right? Someone call you some funny name. That's Asian little one. Well, that you might think that, oh, that's racist, or you might be very angry. But what happened to your life? Come on, move on, right? Should you be stopping and fighting with that person? I wouldn't. Right? So you all know I work for a prison. There are a bunch of prisoners who actually kill someone just because of that. Okay? Just because someone look at you nasty. Why are you looking at me like that? You. Then they start fighting. And they start shooting. End up in jail for whole life. It's just a look and a few words. Because you react. Right? So these kids, it might be funny for you. Right? But you're just seeing little level, little higher level, right? We talk about Will Smith slapping Chris, right? We watch this movie. They're all different types of reaction, right? Now, we talk about meditation. As a Buddhist, when you meditate, we are not expecting you to suddenly get into the higher level of jhana, the first jhana, second jhana. We're not expecting that, but we do expect you not to react, at least, so that you can apply it in your life, right? So when you meditate like this little novice, what do you see here? What other animals do you see? A monkey, snakes. So what's happening? What does snake represent? Anger, right? You're angry, I can't move, or I'm itchy. Why it's not purple, not finished yet? It's not 5 minutes up. You're angry. And your mind is like the monkey all over the place, right? Just resist that. Don't react to those sensations, right? Remember, the practice of meditation is not to react. So it's just a few second clips, okay? But that was taken in Burma, in Upper Burma. It's during April. Over there is the middle of summer, really hot, scorching hot. And they all are sweating if you actually look at it. And of course, it's really itchy. And I was making them meditate in the middle of the day, really hot, and making them meditate for a long time. Okay, after a while, you feel really itchy, right? You want to move, right? As Wayne said, he was crying, right? He reacted. Okay, that's normal. Okay, but today I'm sure he will not cry like this anymore, right? When you meditate, I want you to test yourself, right? How much can I control my reactivity, right? A little tiny itch is not going to kill your life. Nothing really bad is going to happen to you, right? Meditation is for you to practice, not to react, okay? Oh, look at this picture. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? How do you know from looking at the female? So this girl is in bikini, right? The swimming suit. Now there's a monk walking. So imagine yourself. Let's say you're the monk here. What would you do? Huh? What would you do? Do you think it's very easy for him to manage the situation? Not really, right? He's not an arahant. He's also a man like you and I, right? So if a man see opposite sex who is not fully covered like this, there are negative thoughts, right? So now that's also a reaction in your body, right? When you see something negative, that gives you chemistry to release in your body, your hormone release, right? So now, of course, this is a little advanced level for a monk, okay? Buddha said, this is Pali, dictate data method, right? What does it mean by that is, if you see something, okay, you have awareness and all you tell yourself is, I'm seeing, that's all, right? Basically, tassa, the touch. The image touching my retina and my eyes, nothing else, right? The image you see is not a lady who is not fully covered in bikini, right? So that's also not reactive, right? So in life, you will go through this situation, right? When you become a teenager, when you become older, there will be negative pictures that you are going to see, right? So just like the monk here, how would the monk handle it? I don't know how this monk handle it, right? But what did Buddha say? So first, you gotta, if you have negative thought, you gotta replace that negative thought with the good thing, good thought, right? So as a monk, how is the monk trained to handle this kind of situation? How is a monk handle or trained themselves to handle the situation? Okay, so you guys contemplate death every day, right? Or Mrananosati, right? Or 32 body parts, right? So you will do that, okay? The 32 body parts or that, right? Or you can reflect on consequences. Well, I don't know that girl. That girl probably has a wife, husband. And if I'm thinking of negative thoughts, then there are a lot of negative consequences, right? I will refrain, stop it. I'm not going to look at her. I'm going to turn my head to the other side, right? Okay. And I'll find the cause. Why do I want to look at that girl, right? And if all these, if they do not work, then you actually force yourself, okay, not to have that negative thought, right? Now, before Buddha died, just before Buddha died, Shen Ananda, all of you know who Ananda is, right? He's the PA of Buddha. Now, one of the questions, think Buddha is dying, and Buddha asked the monks, asked me question before I died, right? A lot of monks didn't. Shen Ananda did, right? The very first question is, after you die, Buddha, right now, a lot of monks come to you, right? Knowing that you're here. If you're not here, where do they go? That was the first question. And guess what the second question is? Second question is this. How do we deal with the woman? Yes, seriously. Think about this. Buddha is dying, and the second question he asks is this. What does it tell you? What does it tell you? So number one, remember, at that time, Shen Ananda was not an arahant yet. Okay, so he has reached to a certain level, okay, called Sotaptinya, called stream entrance. But he's not out of the wood yet. Okay, you can get rid of all these attachment to opposite sex only after you became enlightened, or only after you got the arahantship. He was not there yet. So that's his second question to Buddha is this. How do we deal with the woman? Imagine Buddha dying. That's his question. Isn't that amazing? It's very fascinating, but that's truth though, right? Because a lot of people deal with this. And the monks, a lot of monks, not even to a certain level, like they're like you and I, right? So they are going through this problem because they can control. So don't look at them. And guess what Ananda asks? Buddha, what if I have no choice? I have to look at that, right? Can you say, that girl's beautiful, I'm not going to look at her? Can you do that? No, you can't, right? There's a cute boy coming in front of you, right? Can you do that? Not really, right? Because you're driving a car and there's a cute boy crossing in front of you. Can you close your eyes? I'm going to hit this guy. Can you do that? No way, right? So same thing, all the women, a lot of time, the donors are the women, right? Somehow men don't donate. Men don't do much good stuff. The women do, right? So then what if all my donors come to me, most of them are ladies, what do I do with them? Then Buddha said, don't converse with them. Now, there's a difference between converse and talk, right? A talking is just saying, yes. Now, what's the deal here, right? Converses mean conversation, right? Buddha said, don't converse with them, right? And Shen Ananda said, what if I have no other choice? I have to converse, right? And then what did Buddha say? Be mindful. Meaning you have mindfulness always, because your mind can go wrong. if while you're talking to that opposite sex, whether that be boy, right, for a girl, or a girl for a boy, and treat it like your mom or your own sister. Okay, so that's where we got this. Don't react, and you're gonna use self-awareness. Now today we discuss about mainly our mantra, not to react. We gave you the example of Chris, Will Smith, right? Now that could happen to you. How do you handle that? Right? We gave you example of meditation. We gave you example of different things that kids encounter. And we talk about how you handle that for Buddha. And not only you, even Shen Ananda, that was a question. So don't think like, oh, what's a big deal, right? We all go through negative problems because we react, okay? So it is very, very important that we don't react and we use self-awareness, right? Now, pass up means a touch. Whenever you see something, okay, you're gonna realize that that thing is touching if it is hearing, my eardrum. If it's seeing, my retina in my eyes, right? If it's a touch, it is just the sensory receptors here. So our mantra is very important. And also meditation is very important. So please, when you meditate every day, try to be mindful of your reaction. All right, I'm going to stop here tonight.